Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Wars 1 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Panzer Elite player. We have Arashenstein. I can feel the tiredness already. Spawn as teammate as the Wehrmacht player. We have Aurora. Spawn the opponent as the US player. We have Sunjinnam8. I don't know. And spawning as his teammate as the 8-digit number US player, we have 458723669. Trying to understand what that number is supposed to mean. 4, 5 next to each other, 8, 7 next to each other, but they go backwards. Then 2, 3 are next to each other, but 6, 9 are next to each other vertically. And that's basically how much I can try to decipher that code. Let's see. 4, 5, 8, 7, 2, 3, 9, 8. I don't know. Trying to understand that as a code. Not happening. Overall, no bullets have been fired yet. Going for mass capturing of the field.
The munitions point has been captured. Yeah.
And the Ketagrad's going around, so capturing some points as well. Of course, he's capturing points. What else can do? It has no gun. I suppose it can lay down some booby traps. G43 squad upgraded. Not big surprise. That's pretty much standard. Third Franz Grenadier squad, so not going for any additional Kettengrad. And we've got the engineers and pioneers ready to engage. Schimwagen's going to, however, ruin the matchup. More engineers are advancing on forward, and we've got more engineers advancing on forward. So there's 3 engineers down here. That is a barracks. That's also barracks, so no support weapon center. One of the rifleman squad is still back at home, though. And over good damage coming out on the pioneer squads. Pioneers are going to be overwhelmed by the US engineers, but that engineer is getting ripped apart now, being focus fired down. Good rear ward hits there against that Schimwagen. The Schimwagen may get its engine damage any moment now. And decided to pursue that squad a little bit too much, but the Schimwagen's going to be backing away. There's some pioneers here for repairs, so it's unlikely the Schimwagen will go down, even with the riflemen now advancing. Over here, we've got the Panzer Grenadiers advancing, forcing back the Pioneers. Riflemen falling back as well. And looks like the Rifleman squad will get overwhelmed by these Pioneers.
Have upgraded defensive operations.
Looks like the Panzer Grenadier player has immediately gone for medics. And the Pioneer squad here will need to fall back relatively soon. Oh, so wounded. The Schimwagen, however, is fully repaired. And these riflemen are pushing back some of these forces now. Panzer Grenadiers are trying to capture the center of the map. Kettengrad is here as well. He's trying to cut off this, well, cut-off point, but it will soon be in not cut off thanks to this point here. And this Pioneer squad will get wiped by the capping squad. Guess you could say he just capped the Pioneer. Put a cap in him. I screwed that one up.
We are losing a sector.
Panzer Grenadiers are behind this heavy cover. Again, I keep on seeing my model when I look over my other screen winking for some odd reason. Like my eyes are wide open. For the most part, it's getting a bit tired. Even then, it's like on or off, not really in between.
Our munition stores are under attack.
Again, if I look over there, like if my... I don't understand my... I need to calibrate that damn thing. Engineers are engaging, does fully pin that flamer squad there with the squad down south. as this other one's getting focused down quite severely. This one needs to fall back as well, being pinned. He won't be able to recover anytime soon. That squad will get fully wiped there. Schimwagen's engaging. Got the support of an MG42 here, suppressing both these squads immediately. Does get a flame reverse there, getting some good damage on these forces. And these riflemen now have bar upgrades, so we've got bar upgraded riflemen streaming on in fast, and the MG42 has repacked on up, but will get flanked by more and more riflemen squad. That MG42 will need to do a full retreat there, and even then he'll likely get slowly wiped because there's another rifleman squad here with bars upgrade. I think the other player just got his bars up as well, so they've got a massive power advantage to the US players. Lots of bars. I'll take mortar. That's a lot of bar riflemen. A lot of bar riflemen there. Kriegsberg being deployed on now. We do have the Panzer Command and wait, Panzer Support Command. I clicked on the wrong one first. Well, we see a Panzer 4C, but he said it's going for mortar. Who's actually the one who said it's going for mortar? I forget.
Orders complete. Squad ready to deploy. Deinhardt, when we engage, I want to hear that G43 singing.
Oh, it's going to be singing in the rain, though. Multiple squads have been upgraded with G43s. He has 3 G43s, perhaps the 4th one as well. Could upgrade it. Oh, yep, all 4 have been upgraded G43s. All of these bar riflemen could do a massive amount of suppressive fire to help stop the movement on these squads, but he's doing some great focus firing there. One rifle squad is being danced around, does fall back, mass retreat coming on out. Some of these Panzer getting suppressive fired by the riflemen. And the suppressive fire is starting to spread a little bit as well. MG42 is being set on up. Maybe a good idea for the Wehrmacht player to get a casualty recovery bunker so he can be able to siphon casualties from both him and his ally. Mortar half-track has employed on out. Do got something employed out here. It looks like looks like there's a light AT half-track employed from the other one as well. They're perhaps a bit worried about a motor pool Greyhound potentially, but both of the US players are going for supply yards. Of course, you need supply yards in order to get to the motor pool. AT half-track has been deployed now. It's more of a counter unit rather than a good aggressive unit. Riflemen, however, are streaming up north. Blob some more. And those Panzer Grenadiers will manage to escape on out of there. Again, my model's saying I'm winking when I'm not. Riflemen now advancing, getting some good damage around the G43s. Light half-track is pitching some shots in. MG42 is advancing as well. Got some good focus fire there on the rifleman squad. And they all got some in light cover, but that's about it. And now got the MG42 rotating around. Should be able to help suppress these squads, no problem. Both of them do get suppressed there. And now the mortar half-track may get a good hit or two. Pioneers are charging on in, does fall back with both of those squads. Got a camouflage anti-tank gun here. Light TF track is firing some shots in, but will do it poorly. We may see a sticky bomb there. Good hit there by the light TF track. And getting a second hit there.
Attention, the enemy advances.
And he actually gets a third kill there. Very interesting. Light TF track is now, so far, seems like 100% accurate. Wow, that's being pretty lucky there.
Cap Corbelia is losing a munitions depot to the enemy.
Over here, I've got paratroopers. So one of the US players had actually gone for paratroopers.
We are now
And that flamethrower seems awfully golden. I don't know why. Oh. So, I think, yeah, it looks like a landmine has been detonated. Looks like some pioneers got wiped out by it. Marking are behind that pile of hay, which is pretty good heavy cover there. And I think the light TF track actually bounces off of these. Up north, we've got the airborne squad falling away from the G43s. He's blobbing up his G43 since he's fighting against blobs, which once you start blobbing, his opponent starts blobbing. Maybe somebody should start pulling out some Goliaths. It is possible for the Panzer Elite player to deploy out Goliaths to the munitions half track. And I think maybe as well from the Vampire half track. Multiple flamers pushing their way forward. This Panzer Grenadier, however, is severely wounded. No suppressive fire ability. Looks like Panzer Grenadiers are being forced to fall back. There's a bit too much mass for them to fight against.
We can now booby trap buildings to confound the enemy.
So the Panzer Elite player has gone for Scorched Earth. All of his Panzer Grenadiers escape out of that engagement. So now let's switch to the Panzer Elite Wehrmacht player. Nothing there. He has gone for battle phase here. So maybe some Panzer IVs or Ostwinds. Probably Panthers. Knights Crossholders. Things of that sort. US player has not deployed anything just yet. Of course, we have seen him gone for airborne as well. In the middle, we do have the Flamer Engineers advancing. Another squad of airbornes are being deployed now, so he's going for 2 airborne. He's asking his teammate to deploy out much more MG42. Good hit there by the mortar, very nice. Suppressing and doing significant amount of damage there. Light TF track has gone to 9 kills so far. That light TF track's getting more kills than I usually expect. It's like 100% accurate, jeez. Didn't get a kill there, but still, 11 kills. Asking why he doesn't have any armored cars. Saying the armor cars doesn't really work against blobs. And he's saying, are you kidding? Light TF track is severely wounded. Now he's just asking to make more MG42s. So a little bit incohesion between these two Axis players. We've got G43s. Getting some great damage there onto that. Ooh, frag grenade throw. Relatively good. Does wipe out one of the squads there. He does have 4-man squad upgrades as well. I do like seeing that upgrade. We may see another grenade here. The paratroopers, of course, can throw grenades without research. And it looks like he is focusing fire down the riflemen. Overall, the Allies have captured the right or northern side of the map, so it'll take a bit of time to recapture them all up. He does still have the Captain Grad here. So perhaps don't never say capture it by Christmas or take it by Christmas. You need to start queuing up all these capture points. US players going to stream in some reinforcements. Says he's got the sector now. Keep perhaps a MG42. There's some good heavy cover here, some heavy cover here. Right here, probably best to do a bunker. Level 1 production just got researched there by the US player.
Got our flamethrower.
And a flamethrower. Can you take the pack back? Looks like he's dropped a pack somewhere. Yes, right there. Though it's not critical at this point in time because it's not any armor assets. And it looks like the MG42, multiple MG42s are being placed in the northern sectors, and they're going to be very, very useful.
We have the objective.
And more paratroopers? Okay, this airborne player is just blobbing up like crazy. I know the airborne tends to pull out a lot of infantry, but this is sort of ridiculous.
Point captured.
And he can't really blob. Well, he said beforehand, oh, armor craft's not very effective versus these blobs. But in actuality, there's a lot of repulse rifles. Suppressed the whole group there. I'm not sure what explosion was there. What was there? Plus man and mortar. Getting some good hits there. Very nice. Is there sector artillery? Let's switch over to... I see sector artillery has been called on in, so likely there is sector artillery up here. But it does have pushing forward with engineers and riflemen still. And this is not from the airborne player, so it's getting flanked up there. And in the center of the map, I saw something got decrewed, which is a pack gun. And the MG42 does go down. Booby trap is activated, so one right in front of us. No response there. And he may actually lose that squad. No, he does not. And his Spanish Grenadiers will get overwhelmed. They're fighting a whole lot of infantry. Both players just massing infantry. Yeah, just infantry. They're just spamming infantry. I think something may have got wiped there.
Hell of a long way from home.
Panzer Grenadiers will get overwhelmed. They do get the suppressive fire put onto them, and they will fall back. The metal squads are fighting and how much they're charging. Maybe a good idea to get STGs on some of these squads. Well, some of these VPs are being captured on up.
One less point for the fucking hunt.
And here comes the blob. And once again, late response, and we've got sector artillery raining on in as well. He is throwing some landmines there.
Enemy stands at 300 points.
Kaliningrad and Volks and Panzer making their advance. Still a large blob of infantry forces here. Ostwind has been deployed now. That's exactly what they need. But there are multiple recoilless rifle squads here. Multiple hits of recoilless rifles do connect 3. So the next volley could potentially wipe out the Ostwind. He needs vehicle veterancy, that's for sure. He definitely needs veterancy as well. And multiple recoilless rifles takes out the Ostwind. He can use the Birkentika to recover it. Mortar does get a great hit there. Warframe and Barrage raining on in, but it's a bit late for it. Does splash some of the models, but that's about it. Hellcat's being deployed on out. And we do got some more booby traps being deployed on out.
To all units, light vehicles may now advance and capture territory.
Let's see, what doctrine? Hasn't decided yet. Okay. Doesn't want to go for terror, for propaganda. Even though propaganda would be pretty effective, but doesn't want to go for it.
I've seen enough killing to last me 10 lifetimes.
Do have armor as well. No, Flak 88's a poor idea because that's supposed to T-Tipo has been right now. Of course, we do see an Hellcat.
Enemy unit down.
Kaliningrad does not finish the booby trap there. Rifleman charging on forward does spot the mortar half-track. Mortar half-track has 8 kills at the moment. And we may see the suppressive fire ability there on the retreat. Nope, just gets wiped out. Either way, Ned Brown ripping them apart. 30 cal has been poured out onto this building. And here are more airborne stuff. I think that's supply packages. Howdy. Panzerfaust does get fired. Panthers are making their way forward. The Hellcat easily goes down. 30 cal does get overwhelmed. Lots of suppression there from that 30 cal, however. Riflemen making their charge forward. Thank you for the follow statement live. Lots of suppression coming on in, but we got sector artillery also raining on in. Rifleman does get one sticky bomb there onto the Panthers. It's going to take a lot more sticky bombs to take them out. Here comes a Warfman barrage somewhere. And largely missing. Does get a good hit there, but not really though. This Panther could just charge forward. I don't know why. I feel like a crush could be possible. Mortar does rain on in. He's still trying to get more sticky bombs off, but that Panther's far from dead. And we've got those forces now falling back.
Calliope rocket battery available.
Calliopes are ready to deploy. First Calliope.
Armored cab ready to take the field.
3 Corvus rifles, 1 more airborne. I guess that was not supply drops, I heard. It was actually more airborne. How many airborne squads? How? Just blobbing up. And he had to lose at Ostwind. I think he's redeploying out in Ostwind. He definitely does need it. That's not the right player. Or Knight's Crossholder. He has. This will be a second Knight's Crossholder. And so far, the Wehrmacht player is the only one that has not selected Doctrine just yet.
Assault reserves are ready to deploy.
And I say that, and all of a sudden, assault reserves are now available. Some Stews wouldn't be half bad as either. They're a pretty good anti-blobbing tool. Panther fully repaired. This Panther, however, is quite wounded now. Calliope barrage raining on in, getting some good damage all across the line. Panther, however, backed himself into a corner, literally, and gets taken out.
Attention! The enemy advances!
Looks like a nice crossholders making their advance. These repulse rifles trying to push them way forward. Will get some damage there. The Knights Crossholders will be able to get some good damage in from the high ground. Bit of heavy cover there from the Carcass. Urkantiga, of course, can recover it. Mortar gets a good hit there. And Booby Trap here. No response there, but the explosion going out wide. See, is that Ostwind Carcass still alive? Yes. So a Burkantiga can recover Ostwind and a Panther. Booby Trap may get interrupted. And over here, we've got Riflemen now pouring into the center of the map. That is a Knights Crossholder, not an MG42. And it looks like the, of course, the Flamer squad can't reach the Knights Crossholders. Just reinforcing, healing, all that stuff. And the Riflemen now pouring on forward, trying to engage these Volksgrenadiers, and will force them back. Oh, there's actually a pair of landmines there by the US player as well. Stormtroopers eyeing for STG-44s. And it looks like 2 of the models are still being revealed. And does utilize the stun grenades. Very nice. Those stun grenades do fly out far, stunning that whole group. That may have been the best stun grenades I've seen. Get some good damage across the line, though they're a little bit slowed at the moment, not so sure why. And here comes the Calliope barrage, knocking around this entire force. Looks like 2 Calliopes are raining on in. That's a lot of damage on these forces. No squad wipes, but he will survive. Panzergrenadiers now charging forward. There is getting some G43 fire onto the heavy machine gun, but there's still a whole mess of riflemen here. Ooh, sector artillery now ran on in because it does get a direct hit there. Booby trap has been triggered right there. Airborne do fall away. Infantry is still streaming on around the northern flank. Warfman barrage raining in late. At this point, maybe a good idea to just keep Panzer Grenadiers up north. These guys were using fired up. The next cross quarters are trying to engage these paratroopers. Maybe get a little bit closer. Actually, there's some heavy cover there. So the paratroopers were actually in heavy cover that entire time. Frag grenade thrown by the paratroopers, so largely missed. And the last crossroads do fall back. The tickets are still in heavy favor towards the Allies.
For the grateful fatherland and glorious struggle.
He definitely needs a bed 3 infantry.
Present this iron cross.
At this point, maybe even some MP40 Volks would be half bad. Calliope barrage rained on in. And as I just mentioned that, maybe some MP40 Volks, and all of a sudden there's MP40 Volks. Paratroopers are trying to capture some of these points, but there's some power. Both of them do have booby traps. So if he's paying attention, he may not be paying attention to this guy. Again, the explosions go out wide. He does fall back. He needs to get that BP starts going. They don't have a whole lot of BPs at the moment. If a double capture against them, they need to start playing for the BP game more so. Here, 30 cal inside this garrison. Very wounded, however. Stun grenades being deployed by the Knights Crossholders. Does get some good suppression there. And throws out more stun grenades, tracking down this guy. Gets some suppression there as well. Stormtroopers are still camouflaged. And this is our uncamouflaging these forces here. Okay, he says he has almost soon, but just needs population room. More stun grenades, does get a squad wipe there. 30 cal has been deployed on now. That's crossholder needs to fall back from frag grenade thrown. He has great damage all across the line. Decides to fall back for all these forces. They're all quite wounded as well. They need to be all there to engage these forces. You can't just leave one squad behind. They're just going to get ripped apart. Got a Pio. No, he does not. Good suppression across the line by this MP42 because airborne units can fire it up to ignore the suppression. And that is a Panther Naj 2. And does throw a frag grenade there with the airborne squad. Does force him back there. Stormtroopers, fresh Stormtroopers being upgraded with SDG into Panther Shrek. That's a bit unusual. You don't usually see mixed squads like that. Maybe that's a misclick. Calliope just trying to soften up the Panther. Oh, was that a bombing run?
Unit
Or
down.
recon run? I don't think that was a strafing run, but the next crossholder fully got wiped there, so maybe that was a strafing run. Oh, Stormtroopers just need to fall back. Here, booby trap there. Does avoid it. Ooh, great stun grenades there. The J-33 squad's making their way forward. We do have a Sherman tank deployed on out. Panther is still alive, but a bit wounded. And getting some good damage all across the line.
Com system in order.
Airborne squads are falling on back, which we got at this point has been scorched, destroyed, needs time to repair it. And looks like some supplies being recovered. He could get some mortars and some 30 cals. Have plenty to give to his teammate as well. So Blitzkrieg Assault has been selected. He's not going for Tiger Tank. He's probably eyeing the Manpower Blitz, which could be very useful at this point in time. He does need manpower to help engage those blobs. Sherman Tank has been upgraded with 50 cal. And Panther does roll a miss there. Good hit there onto the Stormtrooper. Here comes some Warframe barrages, but outright missing and pretty accurate right there. No levels of efficiency either. It looks like a straight run didn't come forward over here. He still has a Stormtrooper here and a Volksgrenadier. The Stormtrooper is fresh, no upgrades either. And more Calliope barrages raining on in. This point is not repaired either. 30 cal still somehow alive. MG42 is being deployed in the center of the map, helping engage these blobs. Speaking about blobs, that's quite a bit of force there. 3 airborne, 2 MG or 30 cals, 2 riflemen, and a flamer engineer. This point was scorched. He is starting to repair it up now. Both these or one of them is just being repaired. Fired up was utilized. Does throw a frag grenade there, wiping out the MG42. Stormtroopers are making advances to the mixed combat squad. And all these guys are now exhausted. Trim tank has backed up a bit. Boob trap has been activated. This one here. And he has recruited this MG42 suppressing these forces. This is the full SCG squad making his advance now. Getting some hits there onto the airborne. Does throw some stun grenades on the stormtroopers. An aircraft does charge up forward. Got shot down by something. Panther receiving quite a bit of fire right there as these SCGs started making their advance all across the front line. The Panther model is actually still camouflaged because it can't be revealed as long as that Panther's not firing. It does fall back with all those squads up north. We still have a defensive Panzer Grenadier, which is a good idea. Perhaps stick it behind the heavy cover. He's going to scorch that point. Yep. Called it. Good Warframe hit there. And that was a medic going down. This medic's charging on forward, trying to cover a casualty as well.
Storm squad ready.
Relatively fresh Stormtrooper. Just a little bit wounded, no kills.
Lights cross here.
Yeah, ready.
He said, okay, he does have a Humo out as well, so it looks like he did find the population room. Let's take a quick look at the Panzer League player. Yep, he does have a bit of population room. He does have sector artillery available if he needs to call it in. We've got Grenadiers here with 2 Panther Shreks. But they're also severely wounded. Does fire one shot, rolls a miss. And we got long-barreled 76mm. And there goes the Grenadier. So these are long-barrel 76mm, so he should be able to be much more resilient than spamming out M10s, but not a lot of targets for them. We've got 2 Hummels out, actually, and a Panther, and a mortar half-track. Not really something you really need long-barreled 76s. Short-barreled ones would have been fine, as well as be able to engage infantry a bit better. Does suppress that squad there, very nice, which is worked great with that score, sure. Very, very good placement there. And that's likely going to be a dead rifleman there with that other G43 squad. But let's get fully pinned there by the strafing round, saving that rifleman. Does throw a Sneak Grenade there in that garrison, and these guys are going to be charging on forward. He does, of course, have 2 Hummels to barrage anything in advance. Panther gets good hits there. Mortar half-track does go down. Maybe wanted to lose that one to free up some population room, but does have now 20 population space open. Hummel. Looks like Hummels are raining on over here. No, that's a Warframe. Does dodge that one. And more airborne forces, or maybe just reinforcing.
Attention, the enemy advances. An enemy unit has fallen to our might.
Panthers makes way forward, making some good hits there onto this MG. Has captured MG42. and overall multiple points being captured north by the Allies. So 2 long barrel 76s. And down south we've got Volksgrenadier captured the southern points. Very nice.
That's one more kill marker.
So the Panther does claim the 30 cal. Not 30 cal, that's actually captured in 42. And these riflemen squad will get overwhelmed by the Panzer Grenadiers. He may throw a frag grenade there by their airborne. And does utilize the sprint ability there. Very good dodge there. I'm not sure if he realized that the strafing run was coming in, but that sprint did allow him to avoid the strafing run. I think he was just trying to do that to avoid the grenades, but incendiary grenades are thrown, and that was a good frag. Drop the bar there, but that incendiary effect is still burning these forces. These guys are all pretty wounded. Long barrel 76s will find the mixed stormtrooper. And the stormtrooper will fall back. Looks like maybe within 1 or 2 hits there.
Excellent job, man. Your skills are improving.
Calliope raining on in, trying to stop the capture of this VP. The point does get decaptured. Medics are getting wiped out as well. Another booby trap has been triggered. And no response there. That's going to be a deadly hit. Good hits there on those stormtroopers.
Camp Corbelia is losing a munitions depot to the enemy.
Sherman takes making an advance, does receive a good hit there as well. Panther's rolling on forward, a full health Panther. Global repairs have been activated. The AT gun does get a good hit, but it looks like they're splitting the fire a little bit. And now they're starting to rotate the gun. Panther's trying to get another shot off, but it may destroy the engine there, but immediately gets repaired. AT gun does a good hit there as well. Globe, I have got the auto mortar machine being activated now. He's going to pass into the other one. Might as well keep this one dead. And does go down there. Does get replaced. Up north, we've got the Panzer Grenadiers engaging these airborne forces. We've got, of course, the SCG squad here out as well. 30 cal does get some suppression there. Maybe throw an incendiary grenade right there, but needs to avoid that 30 cal, that's for sure. Pair of frag grenades thrown by the airborne forces. Calliope raining on here. And Hummel is trying to get a barrage there. It does wipe out one of the airborne as they were trying to fire it up over here rather than down south with the other buddies. 30 cal eyeing to get some suppression in as well. And got another 30 cal being deployed on forward, being recruited by riflemen. Hummel gets a direct hit there on those airborne forces. We're getting a full squad wipe there. And the follow-up shot nearly wiped the other squad as well. I think that 30 cal, yeah, 30 cal went down as well. Did he seriously just lose 4 squads there? Ooh. 9 kills, 1 kill. Panzer Grenadiers definitely got some skills there as well. But finds a landmine there. Ooh. Looks like Sherman team coming to respawn. That stormtrooper is severely wounded. These forces need a lot of healing, that's for sure. Panther here, Hummel here. And now we've got a fresh Stu. Stu, of course, a good anti-blobbing tool. The airborne forces have been blobbing quite a bit.
Morale is dropping as we hit 100 points.
And that's not good. Double capture against them, below 100 tickets. The Axis players really need to start fighting for the VPs more aggressively. And so far, a slow bleed against them. That Rifleman squad does have a Panther truck there, does throw a stick bomb out there while the Panzer Grenadiers are making their advance, getting some great damage there onto the Panther. It does deactivate that point, scorched it before retreating back.
Enemy unit eradicated.
76mm making their advance, getting some good hits down on the Panther. The Panther's almost down, so is this Pack 38. Global repairs have been activated. They need to focus their fire because it's really hard for them to get a kill there on if you don't focus fire. Multiple stormtroopers are deployed on now. There are actually 2 mixed squads there. 2 Panzerix and 2 SDGs. Not 2 of those squads. Oh, the third one's just upgraded with SDGs. Does lose that one entirely. He could keep these guys around a little bit longer since he has Allied War Machine. But he's getting some good hits there on the Sherman tanks, and he will back off now. No point trying to let them pine out and lose one by accident. Excuse me, getting some hiccups.
Ready to redeploy.
This point is being repaired up, but slowly. Oh, that is a stew I'm hearing. I don't know why. Sometimes it sounds like a Tiger tank. Patrick does connect. Second Patrick does connect. I think folks are going to be here. Maybe IFR Panzer Pals, but those Calliopes. Oh, holy crap! 2 squad wipes are there. I think 2 stormtroopers went down. What did he say about blobbing? He's not wrong. But he said something about destroying Calliope. No, Calliopes are still alive. One of them is Veteran C3. And these airborne forces are quite wounded as well. Looks like he's activating sprint now. Maybe eyeing for a Incendiary Grenade, or maybe just trying to avoid the 30 cal. Airborne starting to reinforce. Does take out the 30 cal entirely, and since they're packed up in time, they does get fully destroyed. Not like he really wants to get a 30 cal at this point anyways. Maybe could use this 30 cal. He does have a 4-man squad upgrades. That 2 Panther does, of course, have the Pinto mount now. Good hit there onto the Panther as well. Pretty healthy still. Eyeing to hunt down some of these Sherman tanks. No landmines in the region. Calliopes are not down south. There looks like they're back at base, based on the mini-map. And this 30 cal still engaging these Panzer Grenadiers, who are actually capturing the point rather than trying to disable it. Good damage there onto the Panther. And these Sherman tanks getting some great rear armor hits there, circling around the 76mm, making them a bit more reliable, of course, engaging with the Panther. This one's, however, severely wounded, doesn't use Allied War Machine just yet, nor global repairs, and that Sherman tank will go down. Up north, both these points being captured by airborne forces, and the Panther is going to make its way back. There's a Panzerx here, as well as Peninsula for sticky bombs. Warfman barrage raining on in. We've got global Allied War Machine activated, so it looks like this one was actually recovered. This carcass here. And now that Warfman half-track is starting to get hit. And I don't think he's responding just in time. Almost, it does get the machine gun down there. Heavy machine gun, 30 cal set up on the flank. There's a capture against the Axis players. The Axis players do have the central VP captured. It's not. Ooh, I saw that Hummel. Hummel's getting some great hits in. 30 cal, however, will suppress these forces. The airborne are trying to avoid the damage so we can get some reinforcements. And that Hummel barrage takes out that other rifleman or airborne. And the Panzer League player will manage to capture up the northern flank. Up here, riflemen charging forward. We got camouflage stormtroopers eyeing for some stun grenades. Getting some great stun across the board. MP40 Volks getting some good damage as well. I think that was a stew. No, that's sector artillery. Multiple stun grenades still coming on in. And Calliope barrage now raining on in, hitting these Hummels. The carcass is still there, and this carcass is still here, so those carcasses still can be recovered by a Brigadier. Sherman tank this gets the decrew there on the Pack 38, and the sector artillery gets a direct hit there on top of the Sherman tank. And there's no music playing, so let's go and switch. There you go, music. Brigadier can also be used to cover the half track. And we do have a Stu here, so there's a lot of possibilities for a Stu or Stug, one or two. So there's actually a lot of possibility for a Brigadier to cover up casualties. They'll probably put them at pop cap. Do we see any more casualties up here? Nope, don't see any up here. Rifleman squad are falling on back. So we got, looks like maybe another mixed combat squad or just a single Panzer Track. This guy actually does have double Panzer Tracks, so he's replaced a lot of his stormtroopers with just Panzer Tracks, and as well, perhaps trying to avoid those Sherman tanks. Ooh. More and more artillery raining on, Calliope's raining on in as well. The central VP is captured. Looks like Panzer Grenadiers just camping points up north. I do see a vehicle up north. It looks like a Sherman 76. And more Calliope barrage raining on in. Still got a Vet 3 Panzer Grenadier. Maybe I'll decrew this AT gun, and perhaps also some of these 30 cal. Fresh 30 cal. Yep, AT gun does go down. Got more casualties being recovered. And sector artillery does destroy the AT gun entirely. He will match. Nope. Yes, he will avoid the 30 cal there with the Panzer Grenadiers. Still no more Ostwind. I like Ostwind. Stormtroopers camouflaging forward decides to uncamouflage for the time being. Oh, hello. Sorry I didn't see your message earlier. Got too focused in. Yep, stormtroopers camouflaging forward, eyeing past to hunt down Calliopes. Sherman tanks are heading up north. Calliopes are right here. Now, are they Calliopes or Calliopes? I hear them both.
MG-42 reporting. MG ready.
MG-42? If they hadn't announced himself enough. Recon run. Does get shot down by the base MGs. These base MGs are getting 2 vehicles killed. Oh, was that a bombing run?
Our base is under attack.
Bombing run did come on in, but it didn't do a whole lot to the Fumo. Over here, Sherman tanks now making their advance. 3 Sherman tanks going across the road. No landmines into the base. And we do got this Vet 3 Panther here, but this Humo may go down. There's 3 Humos in total, and only 1 Panther. Now Humo's carcass will likely get crushed. Yeah, Humo carcass does get crushed, so a Brigadier cannot recover it. What if we see AT grenades? Panther Vet 3 defense make it very, very indestructible. Or partially destructible. Boot trap has been triggered. Allied war machine has, of course, been activated. And it does avoid these booby traps. And we do have a Brigadier. It's going to be covering this carcass there. The Allswing carcass did get destroyed at one point in time. Maybe salvaged. Sector artillery are now raining on in. MG-42's having flank things have fired up. Does throw a grenade there. And does throw a grenade there as well. But here comes the sector artillery getting some direct hits there onto the airborne. Pack 38 does get destroyed entirely. And now the triple capture against the Axis players. That's not very good. And sector artillery nailed his own, his teammates' MG. Both MGs are down now. And center we've got Vet 3 Panther charging forward. Stormtroopers have pushed very far in, but they're receiving lots of suppression all across the front line. This observation post may go down. Calliope's trying to rain on in on top of the Stormtroopers. These guys need to fall back, perhaps. Even this guy's getting spread, splashed by the large spread that direction. These guys need to fall back, I'll say. They're just way too wounded. Destroyed engine there, but Global Repairs has repaired the engine. This damaged engine there on this Panther. Destroyed engine once again. Has a damaged engine. It does get the Calliope. This one is still full health. That's going to stay alive. Stormtroopers are still in the region. Main gun destroyed, so that Panther is definitely going down. Stormtroopers here fall back. This one is eyeing the casualty recovery bunker. Since there's a Panther Trek available, where is this Panther Trek? Google Barrage raining on in. Axis players have neutralized the cap. This Panther Grenadiers has to stick here. It's a G40, SDG-40 squad. So the SDG-44 can help camp that point a bit better. And now there's also a Pershing here, so we've got 3 Shermans and a Pershing and a Calliope. Blue has deployed out Tiger Tank, but has no levels of veterancy. There's 1 level of veterancy. He may want to eye getting a manpower blitz into a Panther tank or Panther 4. Just something to shoot armor. Getting veterancy 2 now. He has manpower blitz. Best use it. Start deploying out everything because there's a whole lot of Shermans and a Pershing here. Does have an AT gun here, does lose his Volksgrenadier. He still has his Stormtroopers. And he is not splitting his fire, but the Tiger Tank is receiving lots of fire here. Vet 3, Long Barrel 76, it can be very deadly. Does get destroyed engine or damaged engine crit. And maybe some Yellow Panthers lying around somewhere because he didn't have the Brigadier out on the field. And Tiger Tank will actually stay alive. Calliope Barrage trying to finish it off. And AT gun does find a hit there, but there goes the Tiger Tank. If the Brigadier is still alive, the Tiger Tank can be recovered, and potentially he could deploy out a second Tiger Tank in that case. Wait a second. There's the Tiger Tank. I don't know why I was kept on looking at the wrong one. Brigadier right there, asking to repair, I think, the Tiger Tank. Infantry all across the line, repairing up the central VP. You have some STGs on these Stormtroopers, but mostly Panther Treks looks like. Or I think these are 2 mixed squads in 1 Panther Trek squad. Google does get a good hit there on the infantry, and got some stun grenades being thrown. But if he's able to recover the Tiger Tank, he would have the ability to deploy out 2 Tiger Tanks. Actually, no. He needs to deploy the Tiger Tank first and then recover it. And I would definitely go for 2 Tiger Tanks just say you can. Not so sure if that's the exact right decision, but I would do that. Because with manpower blitz there, he can immediately get the manpower for it. Doesn't get the point disabled there, trying to stall the game, immediately starts repairing it. Yep, so you will have 2. Yes, do it. He's starting to recover the Tiger Tank. And he's not. I'm not sure if he deployed the Tiger Tank or not. Doesn't look like it. Nope, he's not going for double Tiger Tank, even though he could easily go for it. Good hits there onto the MG. And the point has been repaired. Asking for repairs, very nice. He has not used the manpower blitz. Come on now. Could have got 2 Tigers. Ooh, there goes the airborne, and the point gets disabled. With that hit there, he could actually decapture it to reset the progress, to see the progress still there.
We are losing territory.
He has not really used the manpower blitz, has he?
The enemy has 300 points.
Central VP is being repaired. Got multiple walking Stukas now being deployed out. And here goes the barrage there. The Panthers receiving lots of fire. So is the Panther Engineers, but that's mostly from actually the Sherman Pershing. Panther is receiving lots of fire there. The Panther will likely go down. Main gun destroyed, and goes down to the AT gun. Tiger Tank has the engine now repaired, and now focus on the carcass because now they know about the Burgundy gun. The carcass does fully go down. The Burgundy gun needs to not really push far forward. The point does get captured. And the, was that AT gun there, does get decrewed. And fully destroyed. Burgundy gun, maybe he's just trying to get rid of it. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with it at the moment. Maybe a really heavy armored scout. Titan's now advancing is... Wait. Okay, he's not repairing up the... That's the Sherman tank, that's just global repairs. And I think he's just trying to sacrifice the Burgundy kit just to absorb some shots. There's too many Sherman tanks here. There's also Vet 3 one, so that can penetrate the frontal armor no problem. And we've also got some proposed rifles shots onto the rear armor. Tiger tank just needs to fall back. It's way overwhelmed. It does get damage into there. The Burgundy is going to try to repair up the engine as best as it can. Burgundy ticket does go down. Tiger tank will likely go down. Does get a main gun destroyed crit there, but one does lose a stormtrooper there. And he's sacrificing all his stormtroopers. Vet 3 tanks have been deployed. And the Panther's likely going down. Yep, Panther will go down. I swear, I feel like the X-Players may have threw it at the last moment. I genuinely believe that second Tiger tank would have been great. Because that would have been a lot of frontal armor to help engage all this armor. Something, a lot of heavy frontal targets. Not getting a couple Warfamens. The Warfamens, you get one shot and that's it. A second Tiger tank would provide much more sustain. Does the X-Tank deploy there while he's capturing it up? I swear, I think the Wehrmacht players sort of just threw the game. They could still potentially won the game, but now, not so much. Warframen were a horrendous choice at this point in time. They needed front line, not back line. The Hummels were doing great for the artillery. 2 more Panthers being deployed on out. Yeah, if I were to 5 kills, this one has 44 kills on a Hummel.
Base is taking fire.
The Hummel will get focused down, no problem. We're going to get now gone. Main gun destroyed, and there goes the Hummel. Against the problem is with the armored cars, there was a lot of recoilless rifles. The armored cars were not guaranteed against recoilless rifles. I'll say the Panzer IV C probably would have been a good option against those blobs. A bit more durable and have good AoE. I also got some smoke being launched out by one of those Sherman tanks. But overall, these Panthers are going to get ripped apart by these armored forces. It does go keep on there on the wounded one. It does go down, and the rifleman gets immediately 2 levels of efficiency on that. Looks like the artillery is now raining on in. Another pair of Panthers have been deployed now. Man, he must have a lot of manpower stored up. And looks like the... Wait a second. This US player, the airborne player, has actually been taken over by an AI. And there was no lag spikes there. I wonder if he actually quit the game himself rather than actually being lagged out. Sherman tank will get focused down there. So the Axis players still could potentially win since fighting against an AI is not so great. The AIs are sort of just sticking around there for the time being. All those Sherman tanks went down. There's a lot of munitions at the salvage for the Wehrmacht player now. Being destroyed there. Vet 3 Pershing could potentially go down. And there goes the Pershing. Holy crap, will the Axis players actually potentially win? And the AI are not doing anything. I could have sworn it felt like the Allies were going to win that game. Am I going crazy?
Under infantry attack!
Was I mistaken?
We have gone down!
What just happened? I genuinely don't see what
They defended the fatherland
Just went-
until the death.
what just exactly happened. The Allies basically won the game. I guess he pushed too far forward with the Sherman tanks, but the other one just backed out of the game? Because I could have sworn not going for that second Tiger tank would really done them in. And he seemed like he's not gone for a single manpower blitz, so no extra Panthers or Panzer IVs to support the armor fights.
Our new weapons have arrived!
Now they have to... They both dropped, yeah. And that's game. What just happened? Either way, that's Angrade saying thank you for watching and signing off.